It's the end of the school year, and it seems like it's now becoming kind of a tradition for me to film one of these videos on the last day of the school year, which is today. Today is May 21st, 2025, and my name is Samantha. I am a U.S. history teacher just outside of the Houston area, and I absolutely love to do crafty things, and so I'm really excited that we are now on summer break because now I get to concentrate on all things crafty. So let's kind of get to it all, right? Let's talk about some of the things that are going on. And just FYI, I have 0 finished objects. I have nothing finished because I have really been working on one project and one project pretty much straight through the last month. I have not really worked on much of anything else. There's one little caveat to that, and I'll talk about that in a few minutes. But what I have been working on has been the book club cardigan. I have been powering through trying to get this done by the end of May, and so I've still got 10 days roughly to get this done. But if I don't make it, that's okay, because even if I don't make it, I'm gonna be close to done at that point. So my goal today, by the end of the day, is to have the sleeve finished. I don't know if that's gonna work because I do have an appointment later on this afternoon, but let me show you how far I've gotten. So this is made out of LionBrand Fisherman's wool in the color Oatmeal, and I have finished the body. The body is done. Right now it looks kind of short. It is not cropped. It's actually significantly longer than what the pattern calls for, but I wanted to make sure that it hit at a good spot. Now I know when I block this, it's gonna grow. The gauge swatch that I did showed it growing pretty well. So I am figuring it is gonna grow lengthwise and widthwise a pretty significant amount. So I think it's gonna be perfect. I have 6 full diamond repeats on the back, and I've seen a lot of people that have stopped at like 4.5. So if that's the case, like, it's going to be a lot longer. So looking at the front, I already did the pockets. The pockets themselves, this was the first time I had done anything like this type of pocket. The way that it had you do the pocket was to do like an afterthought. So you put in a piece of waste yarn, and then you pick up the stitches above and below, and then you knit. And the way that it had it going was that you did the pattern repeat on the pockets. And if the pocket is on the inside, why am I gonna waste all that yarn with doing cables and such? Why am I gonna do all that fancy work when I just need a simple pocket? That's it. So I just did stockinette for the pocket and then pushed it in. And so when you're looking at it like this, it's reverse stockinette. It's the back side of it. And so I think when I'm doing all of my finishing, like weaving in ends and all of that, I'm probably going to tack this down just so it kind of stays in place. I think that's what I'm gonna do. But I like the way that it came out with it being like that. It lays nicely, and it's going to be big enough for my phone, which is exactly what I use my pockets for. So I am really happy with the way that those pockets came out, and I think I will really like it when it's tacked down even more. So after I finished the pockets, I got the body done, I got the pockets done, I have started working on the sleeves. And so I'm about halfway, maybe a little more than halfway on the first sleeve. I've got, let's see, 2.5 of the pattern repeats done of this sleeve. I think I've got another 1.5 to go, and then I'll be ready for the cuffs. So that's what I'll be working on tonight. And it was getting to a point where I'm really struggling when it comes to doing the sleeve, because the sleeve is getting so small that I'm stretching out the stitches on the cord. I have smaller cords from my Child Goose set. The problem is all of the cords that I have are minis that are smaller. So I just earlier today got in some adapters from Child Goo to do a mini to small needle, mini cable to small needle adapter. And so probably after I finish this, I'm going to be transferring these stitches to a mini cable. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the cable I have everything on is an 8-inch cable. So I am probably going to transfer that to a mini 5-inch cable. This is my cable binder, by the way. I don't know if I've shown this on here before or not, but I've got all of my different cables labeled in these like business card pockets for all of my Child Goo set, and it's worked out really, really well for me. So I think I will probably pull out the mini 5-inch cable, put the adapters on, and just go to town on finishing up that sleeve. I think that's what I'm gonna be doing. So my goal is by the end of this week, hopefully by the end of like Sunday night, I will have this sleeve done, and I will be either really close to finish with the second sleeve or middle of the second sleeve, because we do have a lot going on this weekend. Friday, my niece has her 5th grade celebration. It's not a graduation, but we're celebrating that she's moving on to junior high. And so we're gonna have dinner, and then my school's graduation is happening that night, Friday night. So Friday's kind of shot in the evening. And then on Saturday, there's something that's going on. I don't remember what it is. And then Sunday, I think we're going over to my sister's. So there's just a lot happening over this weekend. If you have never heard the term Maycember before, we are definitely in the throes of Maycember. It's just as busy as December, with every day, every weekend, there's something going on. So that's the hope. Over the next 2 days, the professional development days we've got at work, where we're finalizing all of the things, I've got a good amount of time to where I am going to be able to do some knitting. So I'm really, really hopeful that I'll get a lot of this knocked out during that time. So here we go. Book Club Cardigan. It is looking good. After the sleeves, all I have left is the button bands, and then it'll be done and ready, you know, just in time for summer. So there we go. Book Club Cardigan by Sari Nordlund. So the next thing that I have been working on, I just started it a couple of days ago, and it's actually not for me. It is a commissioned piece from the owner of my local yarn shop to be a shop sample for her store, Craftique Studios. Grace has started dyeing her own yarn, and it is in this super pretty rave colors. They're all based around nature, and frequently the colors are based around butterflies. Her line of yarn is called Morpholana, and she wants a couple of shop samples for her store in her yarn that she's dyed. And so she has given me a couple of skeins of this yarn, and I am knitting up a shawl for her. So this is, let me get the tag out, Morpholana yarn. And this is her premium sock weight yarn. It is a 90-10 extra fine superwash merino with 10% recycled nylon, 100 grams per skein, and it is 437 yards. And so 2 colors were given to me. This one is Dark Lagoon, which is this moody tonal teal color, which I was immediately drawn to. I absolutely love this color. And then to match with that color is this skein right here, which I think it is so pretty. The name of this one is Painted Beauty. Oh, no, Sleeping Beauty? I thought it was Painted Beauty, but either way. So this color has like corals and pinks and burgundies, and then it's got the teal and then some whites, and it is just gorgeous alongside of this dark lagoon. And so what Grace wanted is a pattern that is a shawl that has a slip stitch pattern. And so I was able to cast that on earlier this week and get started on a few rows. It's the kind of pattern that is very simple in that I don't have to pay too much attention to it. It is literally just knit stitches and slip stitches just in pattern. And so far this is what I've got. This is what it looks like. And so it has this kind of syncopated slip stitch pattern here, and then there'll be bigger bricks of it in another part, and then it'll be sewn up into a cowl. It's gonna be so pretty. This is only probably about 45 minutes of work. I haven't put a whole lot into this yet. So I will be working on this, especially after I finish the book club cardigan. This will be the other thing that I'm working on. So my goal is to have this one done by like mid-June, latest late June. We'll see what happens. But I'm excited to see how this works up. I do have to say Grace's yarn is wonderful. It's amazing. It's super soft, and I really love the way that it's looking. So if you ever have a chance, check out Morpholana at Craftique Studios. You can buy her yarn online. It's awesome. And she's got several other colors, and she's adding colors, it seems like, every couple of days. So definitely check that out if you are a yarny person. So that is what I have been working on. Let's talk about some of the stuff that I have gotten in the last couple of weeks, because it's been a little while. One of the things that I have picked up, and I'm pretty sure I showed this in a previous episode, but I picked up another skein of it. I'm pretty sure in the last episode I talked about picking up some Spin Cycle at the Modern Skein out in Conroe, Texas. There are only 3 yarn stores in all of Texas that carry Spin Cycle, and the Modern Skein is one of them. It is close enough to where if I want it, I can go get it, but they've moved to Conroe, which is significantly further away from me. They used to be in Montgomery, Texas. It was less than 40 minutes away for me to drive there, and it was a nice, beautiful, scenic route. Now it's kind of in the heart of Conroe, and that takes like an hour and a half for me to get there. It's not something that I can do on the regular, especially when Craftique is 10 minutes from my house. So I had previously purchased 1 skein of dyed in the wool in Stay Ready and 1 skein in Fluorite, kind of the 2 opposite ends of my personality. And what I was finding is a lot of the patterns for Spin Cycle, you need more than 1 skein to get much done, because these are only 200 yards. They're sport weight, but they're only 200 yards. And so I really wanted to do something a little bit bigger with them. So I got another skein of Stay Ready, because I think I know what I'm gonna do with this, but I don't want to hold myself to it on camera. We'll see what comes out of it. But I might in the future get a 3rd skein of this if the mood strikes me. We'll see. I'm not saying I'm not going to. Just right now, Spin Cycle's kind of expensive, you guys. Like, it is definitely special yarn. It is $34 for 200 yards. That is a significant price point. So I bought the original 2 skeins to celebrate finally hitting a weight milestone, since I can't celebrate with food anymore. And then this one, I got it because I wanted it. I mean, isn't that kind of what we do as yarny people, right? I also ended up buying extra skeins of another colorway that I recently purchased. When there was the Brazos Valley Fiber Fest in March, I went to Heather from Heather Handmaid's booth, and I had purchased a skein of DK weight from her classic DK. I got Little Old Me. And the original thought process was, I'm gonna make a hat with this. And then as I got thinking more and more about this, I love this so much. And there were so many patterns that I really did need more than 231 yards. So she had a trunk show just the other day at Craftique. So I bought 2 more skeins of it. So now I have 3 skeins of DK weight, Little Old Me in classic DK. Do I know what I'm making with it? No. But I don't care. It'll go on my shelf until I figure out the perfect pattern for it. So we'll see what it eventually turns into, but I love this. I love the baby pinks and the baby blues and then the navies and the teals and the turquoise and the whites. It is so pretty, and so I absolutely love it. If you are in the market for some great purple colors in yarn, Heather is your girl. Heather Handmaids, she's got some fabulous arrays of purple colors. Trust me, you'll find something you like. So, got that. Other than that, I did purchase a pattern recently, and I actually will be casting on this pattern probably tomorrow because it is part of Dre Renee Knits challenge Cowl that she does twice a year. So previously, in a previous episode, I had talked about doing the Oxbow sock challenge. We did that in November, and I got so close to getting that specific pair of socks done. I was supposed to have them done by Monday at noon, and I got them done at like 7 p.m. So I didn't qualify for it. I didn't quite make the deadline, but I was so close, and I really want to challenge myself to do this, to make it within the time frame. So her spring challenge this year is going to be over the Memorial Day weekend, and this challenge starts tomorrow, and it is going to go all the way through Monday, and the cutoff time to have the picture uploaded of the finished object is Monday at noon Eastern time. So you can't cast on until Thursday, and it goes all the way through Monday. And so this is the Harlow Flip hat. It is a brioche, 2-color brioche hat that has a specific way of doing syncopated brioche to where the brim, when you flip it up, it's the same color of the brim and the hat itself. And so you have 2 different colors to work with. I wanted to go stash diving for this hat, and so what I decided to do is I'm gonna do this hat in acrylic yarn. And I'm doing it out of acrylic yarn because I have a stash of acrylic yarn that I have had for a couple of years now, that I know I want to use it for hats, but I hadn't found the right pattern. And so what I've decided to do is I've decided one side of the brioche is going to be a color changing barber pole style, kind of like the spin cycle is, that sort of yarn. But it's acrylic, it's from Hobby Lobby. It's something that I've had for, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years now on my shelf. And so I want to use it up. And then the other one I'm going to use to go along with it is a solid color. So I'll have a solid color on one side. I'll have the multicolor changing color yarn on the other. So solid color, I got this yarn, Karen Simply Soft. I got this yarn from my niece. She was given a bunch of yarn by a social worker, and the yarn that she got, it had all of these parts that were already crocheted attached to it. You can see it's got a little bow here, it's all together. And so I figure I'm just gonna rip this out probably, and I will use this as one of the colors. And the other one to go with it is this I Love This Yarn print. in the colorway Moody Mosaic. And so put them together, and I think that this hat is just gonna be absolutely gorgeous. So I get to cast that on tomorrow. I'm really excited about seeing how this comes out. And my hope is I will have this done for the next podcast. Still no info on my ankle surgery. I do have an appointment with the doctor next week, so we should be discussing at that point in time what course of action we're going to take. I did get my MRI done finally, and I've been waiting to hear back and still have not heard anything from my doctor's office, and had to sit on hold for a long time yesterday trying to get that appointment set up. But it's set up, it's done, and hopefully everything works out well. Still wearing the brace on the ankle. It seems to help. It keeps me from moving in a way that makes my ankle hurt. So as long as I've got the brace on, I'm okay. So it is what it is. But that should be coming up hopefully sooner rather than later, because I'd like to be done with it. I'd like to be on the path to healing. We'll see if that happens. Well, I think this is probably going to be a shorter episode because I really don't have a whole lot to talk about. Just the book club cardigan. Other than that, like I said, this is a super great idea if you don't have a place to put all of your interchangeable needles. You can get a little, I think this was an A6 binder. It's like a planner binder. I got this on Amazon. Super cute, clear vinyl with these holographic stars. And then I got these little inserts, and I just have inside of them written the size of the cord and the length of the cord. And these are just on index cards, colored index cards. So that has it there. And I've got some stitch markers at the top, and I've got all my little like adapters and keys for my interchangeable set here. So when I'm out and about, I take both of these with me. That's where I will be putting these adapters. They will go in there as well. And it has worked out really well. And what I have found is I have also been able to tell which sizes I don't currently have. So like, I don't have the small 50s. I'm gonna end up getting one of those. I don't have the large 37s. I've got to get that. And the large 50s, I don't have that either. And so I've got extra index cards back here, and I've got extra of the pockets as well, just in case I need them. I don't currently need them. I might, if I get some of the blue shorty cords or any of the like the swivel 360s, I might use those. But as of right now, this has been working out so incredibly well, and I love it so much. Well, all right, that is it. So I will be checking back in with you guys. So until then, happy knitting. Bye.